Could you please take your seats?
Die Wirtschafts- und Währungsunion ist eine, wenn nicht der Eckpfeiler der sozialen Marktwirtschaft in Europa. Ich fühle mich der sozialen Marktwirtschaft und ihren Zielen in besonderer Weise verpflichtet. Economic stability in Europe can also be reinforced through a gradual enlargement of the euro area, for which I shall work on the basis of the existing and well-known rules ensuring equal treatment. We need increased investment and intensified innovation. Given the fiscal constraints, we need innovative financial instruments that combine both public and private sources of finance. We must use the treaty to reform the euro area coordination and surveillance in setting economic policy guidelines, deepening the preventive surveillance. For instance, the Commission will have a right to issue warnings and recommendations. Secondly, likewise, we must capitalize on the treaty in order to broaden the surveillance, for instance, to macroeconomic imbalances, and in that context also the macroprudential surveillance of the European Systemic Risk Board will be very important. And in this context, I think this is what you are looking after. In this context, we can use these new instruments in order to give spine and rigor for the objectives of EU 2020 strategy, which needs to be better monitored, and it needs to be based on partnership and thus genuine ownership of our member states. And we should not underestimate. It is to work towards a unified representation of the euro area and the eurozone in international institutions and fora such as G20 or the International Monetary Fund. Currently, we punch below our weight. By standing united, we can lead, not only follow. I want to see that the European Union has the highest quality of transparency and code of conduct in relation to lobbyists in the world, and I trust that all the institutions of the European Union will join this kind of code of conduct in the future. I'm not too worried about myself, and you shouldn't be worried of me concerning lobbyists. I prefer a dinner at home with my family to having a lavish dinner with a lobbyist in Maison de Signes, which has good cuisine, no offense, sorry about that. In my view, the exchange rate of the euro in relation to the dollar and thus to renminbi, which is managed, is a potential risk for European recovery, and therefore we have to continue to discuss with the Chinese on this matter, both in the multilateral and bilateral contacts.